Everyone knows that the first Saturday in May is reserved for the Kentucky Derby. But did you know that Lakeland's last Friday in April has gone to the Swans? All the details are coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio, I'm suffering from hat envy. I'd like to introduce you to some ladies that are with Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine and going to talk a little bit about the Swan Derby. Of course, Sonia Browning is the Executive Assistant Development and Event Coordinator for Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Welcome.
Also joining us is Alice Kaler. She is a Chief Development Officer for Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And want to introduce you to Greta Dupuis. She's the Manager of Associate Services for Publix, but also a Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine board member and Lakeland Derby Mama Swan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
You got a cool job title, man.
I do.
Do you get to put that on a business card?
Several.
Several? I wasn't originally scheduled to host this, and they said, "Well, you host it." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'd never done this in all the years that we've done this show, and now I know why, because I didn't want to wear the hat.
Don't we have one for him?
They had a special one that would fit me, and it goes with my shirt, but. Let's talk a little bit first and foremost. The group that you're with, Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine, what exactly is that?
I'll go ahead and answer that. LVIM was founded 16 years ago, and we provide primary health care to the working uninsured in Polk County. Our office and our facility is in Lakeland, but we serve the entire county. We serve patients from all over. We serve primary health care, dental, even mental health, and patients can come to us for all of those needs. We have community resources all over the county that provide for things that if we diagnose something and we can't treat it in-house, then we have partnerships throughout. So hopefully we are providing health care to people who tend to fall through the cracks, who don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, who are employed but their employers can't provide health insurance. We're serving those patients.
Alice, talk a little bit about the importance of the role that you guys play within that field, because under normal circumstances, people would go to their first resource, and that would be an emergency room, and that'd be a drain of a resource. Talk to me about the importance of what you guys do, and in the prevention mode for things, say, as diabetes, things along that lines.
Exactly. We do quite a bit of chronic disease management. Actually, we get some funding through United Way to manage that program. And so we are able to prevent patients from having to go to the ER for primary care, for the earaches and the flus and the chronic disease management. They come to us and we help them through that. We have a full service pharmacy, so we provide all of the medications they may need. We do labs and radiology and all of that in-house with help from some providers throughout the community as well.
And as we all know, when it comes to anything medically, it's not cheap, and the service that you're providing is incredible. Mm-hmm. And the thing that you guys have to do is fundraising. And you guys put fun in fundraising. And you've got an event coming up that is so unique, and the hats play into it, and the swans play into it. Let's talk a little bit about the Lakeland Derby. What exactly is it, and how did it come about?
The Lakeland Derby is it's based on the Kentucky Derby. We have paddle swan boats that we put into Lake Mirror, and we have races. It is a free community event, and it is held at Lake Mirror. We have hat contests, we have a children's area, we have live music that this year is going to feature the Sofa Kings, and at the end of along with the races, and at the end of the evening, we'll have a great fireworks display. So that is our fundraiser, the big fundraiser for Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. It is a free community event, and we really try to push the event, and it's to bring awareness to Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine.
And the cool thing about it is the fun. And the hats are just cool, man. But I'm not going to wear one. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
There's hat contests for men.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Unless it says it's backward and it's black and it says Harley Davidson, I'm not going to wear it.
You can enter then.
You can
Can I?
enter, yeah.
Okay.
See, that would be a great concept.
There you go.
It would be totally different. And that's what we look for, unique.
So as we mentioned, the fundraising it is a lot of fun, but there's something that you guys do that's unique when it comes to raising those funds. You turn that money into something bigger. Talk to me about that.
We do. Throughout the year, we raise about $1.5 million through the Derby, but also through grant writing and private donations and other fundraising initiatives as well. And with that $1.5 million, we provide $6 million in healthcare back to the community.
Now, as a veteran of the Kentucky Derby, I know that the mint julep is the drink of the Kentucky Derby. Does the Lakeland Derby have a drink?
We do. We have a signature drink every year. This year, actually, we took a vote, and we are actually doing a Kentucky Sunrise this year. It's served like in a martini glass, and we tried to do something a little different. Last year was our mint julep, and this year we're going to do the Kentucky Sunrise.
One of the unique aspects of living here in Polk County, all the cities have places that are unique, and probably Lakeland's most unique place you guys are using as a backdrop. Talk to me a little bit about the venue, Lake Mirror, and with the sun going down. It's an incredible visual if you've never been, and then with the event that you've got. Talk to me a little bit about that.
It's a beautiful place. We put the Swan boats on Lake Mirror. The event itself is held at the lawn at the Lake Mirror Promenade. That's where the stage and all the events are set up. It showcases the city of Lakeland tremendously in the background, pictures. We have pontoon boats out there that are taking some absolutely beautiful pictures. We also have a live feed from the boats that shoot it up to an LED screen on the lawn so people can watch it. And we also utilize the Magnolia building for our VIP reception, which is our sponsors. And this year, Publix Supermarket Charities is our title sponsor for the event. And then Rooms to Go Foundation is our community event sponsor. So those are our two big sponsors this year that we will host a special get together in the Magnolia building as well. You can sit out on the balcony, watch the races, look at all the fireworks, and just take it all in. The views from there of the downtown area is just beautiful.
And one thing that a lot of people don't realize, you guys didn't even really realize what day it was coming into today's taping. What does it take to put on an event of this magnitude? I mean, it is huge, and you have a lot of people. When does planning start, and then when does it stop, and then when do we start back all up again?
This is actually my third year, and this is my first year that I am in charge of the Derby. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of teamwork. The Derby is over in April. The summer months kind of slow down, but we start planning again in September. That's usually about when our first sponsorships start coming in. We usually have our first meeting in October to start putting together a planning committee. We have lots of team members. I try to assign someone to each area to kind of bring things together, and the next 60 days is crucial in all of the little details that go into, an event of this magnitude. Just making everything perfect, all the way from the venues and the permits, and I said all the way down to the little straws that go in the cups.
Now, Greta, you've got the coolest title of anyone. We talked about it in the opening, Mama Swan, and you're going to give us a little bit of what the races are like, and then you got to tell me what Mama Swan is.
Mama Swan, well, I earned this title 2 years ago because I am also privileged to be an alum of the Leaders of Polk race. So basically the Leaders of Polk race started 4 years ago, correct me if I'm wrong. And so what Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine has done is they selected what they call Mama Swan, and basically you are the mama to the ducklings. So this race is 10 boats that includes 2 jockeys each. It has to be a male and female jockey. And so I raced 2 years ago, and I'm going to just pat myself on the shoulder, but we raised over $18,000, my partner Eric Johnson and I, for the Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. So be careful what you do, and then the next year I was asked to be Mama Swan. But I was very honored to be asked to be Mama Swan. So starting in about October, I approached different leaders in Polk County to recruit them to be jockeys for our 10 boats. Last year we raised over $50,000 as part of the Leaders of Polk race. So the leaders not only raise money, but then they participate in one of the 3 races on Derby Day. And so this year again, we will have 10 couples, so to say, and they are friends. Some of them are married. It's a whole wide variety from all over Polk County, which is really good. We have a great diverse group of leaders this year. And so we just kicked off about last week, and we had what we call Cocktails on the Hill. And we invited all of our leaders to come and meet and greet, and they signed all that paperwork that they need to do. And then we'll have a couple more events with them, and then they'll be able to start fundraising a month before the Derby.
You have to sign a waiver to race a swan?
You sure do. Ask the city of Lakeland.
That's the city of Lakeland.
What could happen in a swan?
You know what? You never know. I mean, paddling that swan is actually pretty hard.
So run through that with me. I mean, is it with the legs, or is it?
I used my hands and I went like this while my partner used his legs.
So you've got to move as fast as him? Is it two separate?
You know what? There are no rules, but just try to get to the finish line. You cannot have a motor troller on the back.
Yeah.
But I thought leaning forward a little bit while he paddled, but those things are so slow.
Here's what I'm thinking. I know people that scuba dive. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying hard enough, and it's only cheating if you get caught.
Well, the whole city is watching you.
Yeah, but they're underwater. Nobody knows. You and the scuba diver.
True. It's a great time, and I'm really enjoyed being Mama Swan for the past 2 years.
So you've got that race. Now, what are the other 2 races?
Those are not mine.
I'll take that.
Yeah, what are the other 2 races?
The other
then?
2 races, we have what we call the Maiden Handicap, and that is our. We try to feature our local high schools. It's a student and a staff member from our local high schools, and they come and race just for fun, just to kind of get them used to, or kind of tell them about LVM and kind of get them out there to spread the mission. I mean, they are our next leaders, and we always need volunteers, so it's a great way to recruit volunteers as well. And then we have the Lakeland Derby. And that's the final race of the night, and that is where our sponsors, they sponsor a Swan boat. Our sponsors pay $10,000 to be the owner of that boat. They name their boat. There's some unique boats, Publix this year being our title sponsor. Mr. George is their Swan boat, and they pick jockeys, or if they choose not to choose jockeys from their business, then they will ask us to choose jockeys for them.
Do you guys have a ringer? A group of ringers?
We have people that are very competitive, and they want to do it every year, and they think they have the strategy to win, and they come back every year trying to beat the team from before. So yes, it is.
It's like
a bragging right thing.
There's like a jockey and a trainer, and
Yes, there is. Well, and that's one thing we were talking about. The leaders of Polk, they were talking about they've already started biking and they've already started working out. And I just want to tell them it really doesn't matter.
They've all joined the gym. They're all joined CrossFit, Orange Theory, whatever works. But you know what? Whatever works.
I mean,
if it makes them feel better.
Yeah.
Bragging rights are nice, but I think the payoff is raising the money, right?
Raising the money, yes.
Exactly.
And just it's really, they just want to represent their sponsor. But it is a fierce competition, and they are out there to win.
So the sponsor goes on the side. Is there like a number on it?
They don't go on the side, but what they do is we have a pre-event, which we call the Silks and Swans reception, and they actually go in and they pull their swan number, and we present them with silks. So each of those teams get a different color silk, and there's a sign on the boat before the race saying who sponsored this boat and who the jockeys are, and then they're announced on the stage afterwards. So.
That is so
And they're
cool.
looking for that cup and that big wreath around their neck.
Well, we've got just a little bit of time left. Ladies, I'd like you to inspire either, whether it be people to support, people to come out, or people to volunteer for Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine, each of you. Inspire those to join you with this event.
Sure. There's still time to become a sponsor for the Lakeland Derby. There's always time for that. We are Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. Volunteers are the lifeblood of our organization. They are what makes the mission happen, from the medical records division to event planning, and everything in between. So volunteers, sponsors, you can support the Leaders of Polk by donating to their teams starting on March 27th. So look for their Facebook, social media promotions. Excuse me. There are tons of ways to get involved with Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. Even call us and come for a tour and learn more about it.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting all of you, and I promise next year, if I do the gig, I promise to wear the hat. You gotta bring something cool, man.
We'll get you the little suspenders.
He wants a silk.
I think
We
they
can do a
revoked
silk,
my.
yeah.
I think they revoked my man card. What do you think?
I don't know.
No.
How do you feel about
think
being a
they-
jockey? You want to try it?
Is this because I'm vertically challenged? Are you saying just because? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll try anything once, honestly.
No, actually, we need boats filled with jockeys, and that would be a great opportunity for you guys to get involved. For fun.
We'll have to work on that.
Okay. Write your name down.
The last time I volunteered for something, I'm still paying for it dearly. But it's all for fun and all for a great cause.
Well, it's a great way to, we pull in the guest jockeys to do the sponsorship boats, and then eventually they may make, the Leaders of Polk teams. I mean, we had a couple that did it last year, and we just pulled them in as guest jockeys thinking, oh, well, if they enjoy it, they'll learn about LVM, and they'll learn about, a little bit about what we do. And actually this year they're on Greta's Leader of Polk teams, and I think they're going to be a fierce competition. So it's a great way to pull people in.
Cool event and cool organizers. You got to check it out. Thanks for coming on, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine invites you to the Lakeland Derby. The Lakeland Derby is an annual derby-style event staged on the beautiful Lake Mirror in downtown Lakeland. With the entertaining flair of the Derby, it always promises to be a memorable occasion for all. The Lakeland Derby captures the thrill of the race and the purity of sports entertainment in a hometown setting. The true reward for the participants in the Derby is knowing that win or lose, the proceeds will support the worthy volunteer-driven Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. The Derby features 10 beautifully handcrafted Swan paddle boats in a thrilling race to the finish line. The event is scheduled for Friday evening, April 28th at 5:30 on Lake Mirror. The races will begin at 7:30 with fireworks beginning at 9:30. Admission is free, and if you need more information, you can give them a call at 863-606-1552 or look them up on the web at www.lakelandderby.com.